Hiya! It's Sunday story time with Sophie. I decided to do a story every Sunday, as is the S in story and S in Sunday. So yeah, and I bought some new lights to light up your world. Yeah. So there we go. Sunday story time. I must say I have wrote this story a long time ago, so this is the first time I will read it out loud or just at all. So if I make a mistake, I'm sorry. There we go. It was dark. He couldn't see anything. The light was out. It didn't matter if his eyes were open or closed, but he had them open anyways. He felt for something to hold, but he couldn't feel anything. So he sat down on the ground, feeling his heartbeat in his chest and breathing deeply. If he could see, he would see steam coming out of his mouth. It was very cold. His hand was on his stomach. It felt warm and sweaty. He wanted to lay down, but when he wanted to rest his head, he felt something. It scared him a little. He grabbed the square object from the floor. He accidentally clicked on a button. Nothing happened. He looked for his phone, but his pockets were empty. He crawled through the room looking for a light. He finally found a switch. He turned it on. His eyes immediately closed when he saw the light. It was glare. He opened his eyes again and squeezed his eyes a little so he could see, so he could get used to the light. He looked at the square object in his hand. It was his phone. He saw that he had one missed call. He got a text with, "You have one unheard voicemail message." He almost deleted it, but at that moment an unbearable pain came from his stomach. He dropped his phone and fell on the ground. The pain was so bad that he screamed. He froze. He sat on the floor looking at his left hand covered in blood. He screamed again. He sat there confused, looking at his phone with one unheard voicemail message. It was now or never. He reached for his phone and pressed play. "Hi sweetheart, this is your wife speaking, Alison. I don't know if you can hear me, but I hope the operation went well. I am so sorry that I couldn't be there with you. The doctor said that if the operation was a success, you should be able to hear things within a few days. I hope I am the first voice you will ever hear, and that I can not only sign things to you, but I can now also be able to say things to you. Having that said, I wanted you to hear this. Honey, I love you. Please send me a text message back if you could hear this. Bye." He couldn't believe his ears. He could hear. He was so happy at that moment. 18 years he wasn't be able to hear things because of the car accident that cut him death. Now, at the age of 23, he could hear things again. He couldn't be more happy. But then he realized that his consciousness began to fade away. He looked down at his stomach. All he could see was blood. His eyes were heavy. His hands were weak. He grabbed his phone and wrote his wife a message. "I love you too." And with his last strength, he pushed the button, send, and seconds later, he blew his last breath. There you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in a doobly-doo. And I will see your pretty faces next Sunday. Or before Sunday, because I probably will make a vlog. But Sunday is. Okay. There we go. Ready? No, not this. Bye.